intense night, this time in Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria, where we had acquired quote-unquote weed from some random street thugs, which turned out not to be weed but some strongly psychedelic, potentially deliriant and dissociative research chemical. We fell asleep on the train headed toward the huge, sprawling metropolis of Istanbul, which would be the last stop of our journey. After a long and tedious routine at the border crossing in the middle of the night, we were finally in Turkey. I took a lyrica pill. I had access to drugs because I had smuggled them into Turkey by hiding them up my ass. We finally pierced across the mighty Thracian landscape in the Constantinopolitan sunrise. We arrived in the early morning hours. This was a mere few days after this 2016 Turkish so-called coup. There was a military presence in many places. Meditations overcame me. I had made the journey of my life. Uppsala, Istanbul by train. Final, noble, great Constantinople, later called Istanbul by the Turk invader. Whatever, the past is the past. We're here now. Let's go. What a sight. What an adventure. With my two best friends, I stood with Europe in my back and mighty Anatolia in front of me. What a dream it was. The sunrise over eastern Thrace that morning surely blessed all three of us, and I really believe it did so for life. Later, events of a less fortunate nature would unfold, as had happened earlier in our journey as well, defining the whole ordeal with a strong sense of adventure. It is hard to forget those days and nights of adventurous youth, drugs, and general unhinged madness. Questions arose as the trip went on. What really happened to the Canadian girl we met on the Munich train station? Why did she end up traveling with us to Budapest, without papers, without proper documentation, only to disappear as mysteriously as she showed up? And why did the Hungarian border police search her bags, find all her drugs, but not confiscate them? They had guns. We were severely and obviously intoxicated. And speaking of Hungary, what happened to the guy I saw getting ruthlessly beaten on that Budapest street late at night? And was there really a coup in Turkey just before we arrived? Or was it just a propaganda machine, false flag operation, perpetrated by the regime of donkey fucker shitface President Erdogan? And by the way, why did nothing stop at the haze of fucking erratically and strangely? We're all in Stone Street, even a single one of them. Was it really late was ghost and small? Was it really a career criminal in Nebraska back in the day, earning his monocle, battling his stuff? The notorious creep of exports over there? I think not. Was he really, quote-unquote, 100% sober? Dude was probably more coked up than we were in Budapest, and that says a lot. Not even our naive, galloping Swedish asses fell by those stories. But I must say, if you ever find yourself in Istanbul, you need to stay at Best Island Hostel. And if nothing is done, you're still running the fucking place. You'll never forget Istanbul. That's for fucking sure. And we will never forget our epic journey by train. And we will certainly never forget our days in Istanbul.